live?
We are.
Okay.
I didn't have an intro for this one.
No, that's why I said, are we live?
Because usually we're like, oh, you know.
Well, we don't. I don't think we have a formula for this one.
Oh, I forgot it was a boss fight.
Is this true? Oh, yeah, that's why we stopped.
I forgot. What a good way to
Oh,
get
I forgot
going
you're
on
the
this.
main character from Abe's Oddest Worlds.
Don't you be throwing shade on
Hey,
the
he
Oddworld
looks, he
series.
looked like Abe.
Which is...
Good job you brushed up on the moves list before we did this. So
I
this is
did.
going to go flawlessly.
I only brushed up on the time powers.
This is.
So I'm just going to do this all the way through
This is
fight.
very Chamber of Secrets.
Is it?
You know how many griffins you fight in Chamber of Secrets?
More than
so
2?
many. Like 4.
Oh, I can't block his massive paw.
I mean, that's fair enough. That's like
Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but cool.
you Magic the Gathering attack trample. Are you doing this, or is that the game?
I'm doing it, I'm hitting the button.
Okay, cool.
Hitting the button.
Right. So speaking about ill-defined powers that mess up the screen,
Yes. Fire
I
hands.
found the other day the DVD, and big shame on me here,
Oh.
of Bleach, which
Okay.
I've had for many, many years, since back when it was like, hey, this is kind of cool. I watched this in Anime
God.
Society. So I was alright, I gotta know. So I watched a couple of episodes of Bleach.
Okay.
Oh god.
And yeah, as I say, just look at this. Here's nonsense filling your screen.
Bleach bad. I've never seen Bleach. Or
right.
read Bleach.
If you're in your mid-teens and you like swords and dumb powers and the most Dragon Ball Z
I like Dragon Ball Z.
of I'm going to explain my power for an episode, then use it next episode, maybe, I guess. Like a whole season, which is 3 fights taking place simultaneously.
Oh, amazing.
That kind of thing. It did that a lot.
To give a bit of context, Simon lent me a movie Jinro,
Yeah.
and he explained it to me as, it's not like Bleach.
It's, yeah, Jinro, on the other hand, is very consciously realistic.
Like, a dude gets shot and he's shot.
Yeah, because, Bleach, someone gets stabbed through the chest and they're like, I don't know, maybe I won't have the strength to kill these 5,000 ninjas. I might only get 4,500. This is a problem. This gaping hole in my torso. Which has already stopped bleeding by the time I finish this sentence.
Well, if you monologue hard enough.
Oh!
That's-
Correct.
At least you've got infinite time powers.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
actually really useful.
That's basically the MO of shonen anime, is if you monologue for long enough, people will forget what just happened,
Yes.
so you can then do something else.
Honestly, I am really hot for Fist of the North Star, but it's awful for doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's really casual, just
Yeah.
slipped off the thing now.
like
Yep.
Hokuto Shinken has a skill to recover from that.
Yeah.
Like, there's one point Ken is just really badly poisoned, so he uses the poison recovery technique.
Of course he does.
And like, come on.
But yeah.
Poison recovery team.
So this was like season 1 of Bleach. Right?
Yes.
So like back when it was like there was
Kinda
like
cool.
yeah, like season 1 I remember as being this has got a lot of promise, and then seasons like 2 till 5 happened of nothing happening that was just really hard to care about because it was all a bit weird and out of the. Like it sets itself up as like monster of the week. You've got a job, do the thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like suddenly, no, you got to go do a different thing in a place that yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway.
Because your health is ticking down as well, isn't it? Because you're
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
you're
I overestimated
masking
how
D.
quickly the sand comes back. Yeah. It's slow, actually. So I'm going to run away from this
bravely run away.
massive griffin.
But yeah, so the main character, at least in the first couple of episodes, is just a dirtbag, kind of. It's like he ends up with this power to be a soul reaper, which means he's got to kill evil spirits and save good spirits. And so he ends up with that power. And the lass whose power he stole accidentally is like, you've got to do my job because I don't have any power. And he's like, no. I don't want to. You can't buy me hot dog man, and so on. And she basically has to blackmail him into doing it by punching his soul out of his body. And be like, I won't let you back in your body until you finish the job. Because
hang on a second, is this guy regenerated?
Yes, that's why I just said
Oh, okay.
One I also figured that what he's doing is he's not flying for some reason.
Is it because flying is phase 2 and you've regressed a bit?
Well, that was just his intro, though, wasn't it?
But I seem to remember him doing that a lot in this fight.
Maybe that's the other phase.
I don't know. Weird.
I know when I was fighting Voldemort back in
Prisoner of Persia.
Stone, Philosopher's Stone. All I could remember of the Voldemort boss fight was the last stage of it, where you have to shoot the mirror to get the big bolt of stuff. I thought that was the whole fight. No, there's like 2 other phases.
It was a really awkward boss fight.
Yeah, it was not very good.
Yeah, you got to knock over pillars onto Quirrell, and then Quirrell hits you with ropes, and you're like, oh no, the ropes. Got a hammer square. Flips. But anyway, yeah. So Bleach, it's no good now because I'm not in my mid-teens anymore.
Are you not?
And shockingly, no, shocking.
Was it? It was on microphone. We were talking about Jimmy Havoc, right?
I don't think so.
Right. So
maybe.
If I was in my teens, I would think Jimmy Havoc is just the coolest dude.
Yeah.
And I still kind of think he is, but for different reasons than I would if I was a teenager.
My problem with Jimmy Havoc is his voice. Because he just kind of talks like this. He's from London.
Oh, he's
from somewhere down south.
Cornwall.
Did you see the thing I put on the chat the other day?
Where he was talking about the cheese graters?
Yeah. Someone's just like, what's the deal with the cheese graters, Jimmy Havoc? Because I assume him being
I didn't see this one.
violent wrestler.
I saw
like, what's the deal with the cheese graters?
Yeah.
And he's like, the cheese grater was invented in 1590 by
that's the one I saw.
Something or other. Hang on a sec, I'll actually just find the quote of the user.
Speaking of things we were looking up earlier, there are Prince of Persia books.
Oh, yes, that was the first I've heard of that.
There's
what did they look like? Did they look like this game? Did they look like Sands of Time?
One of them looked to be a novelization of the 8-bit one.
Okay.
Or like a graphic novel of the 8-bit one.
Okay, interesting.
There were a couple. They looked to be tie-ins for this one, or it could just be Jake Gyllenhaal, who was supposed to look like this guy.
He did look like this guy. This was the design for the movie.
But there are also like the Chronicles of Young Dastan, which is explicitly a tie-in for the movie.
Yeah, which was alright-ish.
Alright.
Okay, slow-mo is the way to go. But that's fine.
So someone's like, I want to know the story about the cheese grater. He's like, the cheese grater was invented by Francois Bouillet in the 1540s in France. I guess because he got tired of manually ripping tiny bits of cheese off the block over and over again before putting it on his spaghetti bolognese. This is a man who has a signature move in wrestling of giving people paper cuts between the fingers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds really painful.
Like, that's in a thing where, people get hammered with a chair and people are like, it's wrestling, it doesn't hurt as badly as it's supposed to look, that's fine. And then he gives them a paper cut between the fingers and the whole crowd's like, ah! No!
So
don't do that!
Which is worse, that one or Marty Skull's finger thing?
That
or
one, because the finger thing still isn't actually happening. He's just like clapping his arms down on his torso.
It looks
to make
super
it sound
real,
like a snapping.
I mean, I'm fairly sure that they're not actually getting paper cuts, are they?
Well, they might be, though. You don't know. You can get paper cuts really easily. And also because they're very undamaging. It's the kind of thing that someone in the room might be like, yeah, sure, just all the paper cuts. But yeah, no, then someone else is like, why didn't you just put the bolognese on the block of cheese? And he's like, I don't have to, because of the fantastic work of Francois Bouillet. Right. Jimmy Havoc is great for all the wrong reasons. Oh dear.
Hell of a wrestler and a good theme tune.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
He's
Is he, like,
he's on like
newish?
Defiant and WCW. No, he's been going for years, but he's only recently on like Defiant.
He's just
and
sort of
WCW. He wasn't on the show you saw.
Right, okay. Well, I don't know.
Who?
Well, one of them was entirely Japanese wrestlers, so.
Not entirely.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah, 'cause
no.
they
sorry,
filmed a couple of
I forgot you're at Kirby Mania as well.
Yeah.
At Kirby Mania, there was a wrestler, Mr. Brexit. Who was
yeah,
that?
Doug Williams. No, he's like big. He was in TNA for ages as well.
Fair enough.
He was like a proper established guy, and then he was back and being a big Brexit Tory in WCPW and was a villain, obviously.
Well, I mean, they introduced him, here's Mr. Brexit, and I didn't know if, because
Right,
that's a rather dated gimmick.
It wasn't at the time.
Not at the time, but,
No, but it will
now.
be.
Now it is. Now he stopped doing it. They were
So, now I'm
apparently
wondering
they
if,
were briefly going to do a gimmick where he was going to be Travis Banks' dad because they kind of look alike. And then then that's when Prestige got started. Travis Banks starts yelling, "They wanted to do a story where he was my dad. That's stupid, and that's why I'm joining this group of villains." Oh, wrestling.
wrestling's great. It's always kind of weird when they do that because they, at the same time, will not necessarily recognize actual lineage in wrestling. Like, it's not necessarily the biggest of connections, but like Jerry Lawler and his son, and they mostly just teased him because of that.
Yeah,
Jerry Lawler had a son.
His son was
Grandmaster Sexy.
Oh my god, he must be so proud.
He actually was vocally
Quite
not
proud.
proud.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But
There was a thing where he actually had a thing where he told his son during a match that he was very disappointed in him.
there was one of the best.
That wasn't in the script.
Like, okay, no. Speaking of not in the script, knowing the behind the scenes, this is even better. But there's one bit when Lawler's like, "Man, if I had a son, I wish he'd be like Mr. McMahon. He's the best." And JR turns and says, "Isn't your son a grandmaster?" What? Oh, no puppies!
Dear.
But like, knowing behind the scenes, that's the best.
I don't think Jerry Lawler is Mickey Mouse / Jimmy Hart.
Well, no, but when he starts shouting about puppies, he pitches it up a bit.
Okay.
Puppies!
There's on the OSW review, they basically, anytime Jimmy Hart says anything, they give him Mickey Mouse voice. Because he does kind of sound like Mickey Mouse.
And then you jump into a pit and have to reload.
Yes.
Oh, you...
Hey.
Now we're okay.
Does this door? No, it doesn't open.
I think... No, because this was at the point when Jerry Lawler was in legal trouble. And I don't think it was established one way or the other the outcome of that trial. And JR was having none of it. He's like, "I don't want to work with this guy with that spectre hanging over me, so I'm just going to rip him apart." Although they got better, because obviously he was back on TV. But now they've got, like, Dusty Rhodes and his kids. I don't necessarily think they go...
They do. Constantly.
Both of his sons?
When they were both there.
Ah, fair enough. I only remember... Oh, it's Gold Dust, that weirdo.
Well, basically, when Dusty Rhodes
Gold
came
Dust.
back and became like a booker for NXT,
Yeah.
then he'd occasionally appear on like Raw and SmackDown and be like, "It's me, Goldust's dad. I was a champion a bunch," and then they'd be like, "No, stop talking about your championships."
Hard times.
And then there was Cody Rhodes, and they were very definitely his. Cody Rhodes, this guy's son.
Where go?
And then
Sorry, that's really
Drop.
funny.
Okay, just drop.
Okay.
Not laughing at the wrestling, I'm laughing at that.
Oh, we just had the episode go the other day of like, where go?
What do? That kind of sums up this LP, honestly. Also,
That sums up this
you might be able to hear, because the Prince is near death now constantly, he's screaming a lot. Like, I just heard him go, "Ah!"
But yeah, so back when Cody Rhodes turned into Stardust.
Oh, I remember
That's
Stardust.
actually a Dusty Rhodes reference. Because he talked about Stardust, and I think he had it written on his jacket.
Oh, God, no.
So that's a reference to his dad. And then there was also a thing, because he was then starting to go a bit crazy, He had his whole storyline where Dusty Rhodes was like,
God, I know.
now Cody, you know that this is just a character you've been asked to play, right? And he's like, no, I'm an alien from space. And he's like, son, please, you're going crazy here. And then Goldust
like
came round and he's like, I am also a weirdo with a painted face, but I think you're going too far. And then they had a feud over whether he's going too far.
Yeah.
And Stardust won.
And was he going? He was going too far.
Yeah, and then he was crazy guy from space for the rest of his WWE career.
But Goldust certainly wasn't going too far.
He put 100% into it, and then eventually he's like, right, I am leaving. And then he's done great in the Indies, and now he's in New Japan doing good times.
I mean, I said this at the time. To his credit, obviously he does not like that gimmick.
Yeah.
But he did it.
He did
his best.
You see all those times where he was there with
Yeah. Took a minute.
Where he was there with Wade Barrett, and because Wade Barrett's whole thing was the Wasteland. It was his finisher.
Yeah.
And stuff, and then he was King Barrett because he won the King of the Ring tournament, and then he teamed up with Stardust, and Stardust declared him the Cosmic King, and gave him a cape, like a silver cape, and he was like, "Okay, I'm down with this." So they had a really ill-advised partnership there. Then they joined up with the Ascension to become the Cosmic Wasteland, and then it all went absolutely nowhere. They got beaten up by the guy from Arrow, Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell and Neville beat them up at WrestleMania.
To be fair,
but Stephen Amell loves wrestling. To be fair,
WrestleMania has established that celebrities are better than wrestlers.
Also, I think he has a history of being trained in martial arts and stunt fighting, and he loves wrestling.
Also, doesn't Stephen Amell beat up Cody Rhodes in Arrow?
Yes.
So it's like a canon.
Yeah.
See this on TV.
All he did was he had a bit of a match up with him in the ring, and put on a good show, but was ultimately, ultimately basically bested. And then Neville comes in and Neville wins.
Okay.
But so it's the thing of as far as I'm aware, Stephen Amell was like, right, I'm here and I want to show that I know what I'm doing, but I'm not winning. Or if someone just told me it's not winning, I don't know.
Because usually the way
we're here again.
Usually the way it goes is
looks nice.
You're a loser, guy from local football team in front row. I'm a heel. And then guy from local football team crosses the barrier and wins the match because celebrities are better than wrestlers. And I thought it was one of those with Stephen Amell. I have a question. What happened to Crow Dude?
Oh, he's dead.
You are Crow Dude, aren't you?
He's super dead. No, I'm not Crow Dude.
Oh, then I thought you were someone else.
I'm Mask Dude.
I thought there were multiple.
I thought Mask Dude was Crow Dude.
No.
Crows? He's the one with the crows.
Yeah, there are no crows, sir.
What's all that hanging off your back then?
Just nonsense. Just time nonsense.
Speaking of the Crow,
bits of the Dahaka. Yeah, me and Simon want to rewatch The Crow.
Yeah,
I want to watch it even more now.
Yeah, we were talking about The Crow on the way here because
we were talking about it last time we played.
The closed down building opposite that shall remain nameless, despite the fact that we've posted its name on a video before.
We've shown pictures of it.
It's a Rush song.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like it belongs in The Crow now. You could just.
I'm so OP right now.
The view from behind it, where you can see the A-frame timbers and stuff. But yeah, and it's just I could watch The Crow again. It's got good music.
There's a building near to my house, is what we were talking about, and they've put up this wooden fence around most of it, but not the entrance, so you can still get in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why did I do that?
And what we suspect is it's a means of keeping the homeless out, because it's pretty big building, pretty expansive, a lot of them go in there.
See, I'm assuming that means they are thinking of doing something with it.
But I can't imagine what.
Could be any number
beyond
of
more
things.
Houses. But we don't need more houses.
They could fit some apartments in there. They can't knock it down, I think, because it's listed. Pretty sure it's listed. So I think we're gonna have to do something with it. Big open space inside.
Sorry, that guy's shadow just flew in. Did we see that?
Oh, I didn't see that, no.
Or maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know.
No, because every time you said that, you've been super right. When you flashed back to it.
Like what was going on with the prince's face?
Which gave me nightmares.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even see that on the video. I only saw it when you like proper zoomed in on it.
There was
freeze framed it.
I don't know how I saw it.
No.
It's just what was that?
One of the scarier ones of those is I was playing Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Good game.
And at one point the police officer, it was a bit right near the start when you sit down in the cafe and you talk to the police officer. Like the game.
Oh.
The first game. Even.
Erect.
And she was talking about whatever. But the polygons that comprised her face weren't quite lining up. So she just had this like black mesh flickering around her face sometimes.
Oh, I think I've seen that in Mass Effect now and then.
And I'm like, this is not like the Uncanny Valley necessarily, but that is just breaking my immersion and really scary to boot.